Anyway, this is Greg Noyes of Pacific West Home Inspections, and today we're on the last day of the month, May 31st in Granada Hills, a mid-1950 house. And if you look inside the roof line here, they have the old wood shingles, and the owner said that they put on 2 additional layers, and they did not strip it down and do a plywood diaphragm, which is required today. So our next step is to go on top of the roof, and we'll continue on with the inspection. So we're on the roof right now. Yes. And the southern exposure, you can see the rock is off the shingles here. See what I'm talking about here? And you're down to the base material. So when you have layer after layer of roofing, they have less of a serviceable life. If you're on the plywood diaphragm, you probably had 20 years on this roof, but now you can see some areas here this is 0 serviceable life in some of these areas. So I want to walk the roof and see what the other areas look like. Now from the street, it's hard to tell. It looks in better shape, but when you get on top and look down, it's a whole different story. You got your flashings here, which we like to see, and these are vents, and they still have the old transite vents here. And the back side of the roof, we have the west exposure. The roof looks in better shape here, and on the ridge cap, there's this minor deterioration. So that's holding up very nice. Now they have another vent here, and this might be for the newer furnace. And this is a type B vent, so that's what we like to see. And then down over your bathroom, on the left side of the house, you have the plumbing vents here, and the overhead power line, and it's a Murray type of panel. And you have an overhead line, and it goes directly over your pool, and it's less than 22 feet off the pool. I'm going to swing the camera around to look at the chimney, and this is a newer frame chimney, and they told me it was rebuilt after the '94 earthquake. So you still want to get a chimney inspection done, and the inspector will pull this top cap here, and they'll see what kind of connection they have from the metal flue to the newer, or to the older bond beam in the chimney. Now the back side of the fireplace, there's no cricket, and what a cricket does is a sloped area around the back side of the chimney, and allows to divert water around the chimney. And right now it's coming right down to the back side of the chimney and can back up to these repaired areas here. So next re-roof, you want to make sure you have a cricket installed behind the chimney. So we're walking to the north side of the house, and I'm going to just flash the camera over the surface. You see how bumpy it is, and that's because there's 3 layers of roofing. I'm going to swing the camera back to the west side again, and there's some areas where you're getting deterioration of the down to the mat and to the backyard. And you got this beautiful pool here. The owner said he has 19 years since the last replaster, and it still looks in pretty good shape. There's some cracking in the decks, and the cantilever decking, there's water getting into the joints, and there's some uplifting of some of the joints there. And there's no GFI on the pool light. And I've been told, I'm going to swing the camera around, or the patio, that the patio wood is going to be replaced. So that's probably a termite requirement. And I'm in the very bottom edge of the roof, and on the back side of the house I'm going to swing the camera around, and they have ducting here, air ducting for air conditioning to your rear rear room, and they have some insulation on it. But if they put some more insulation on it, right now you're going to lose a lot of your heat. So insulation is a good thing. They have a couple whirlybirds on the top of the roof, and then they have gable vents on the sides. So haven't done the attic yet, but a lot of times I'll recommend a fan for your attic. And one is turning, and this one doesn't turn very freely. So your basically that's what you have. I'm Greg Noyes, Pacific West Home Inspections. And before I sign off, you're getting some minor deterioration on your ridge here. And that can be reached at 562-5578. And the last thing I want to talk about is the vent pipe for the water heaters should be 8 feet away from the side of the house. And I can be caught on the web, www.ehomeinspector.com.